Welcome to Potential Moveset, a mini-series that I'm doing until the game Jump Force finally releases. Now when it comes to Dai and his playability in Jump Force, he may already be in the game. There's some significant, I guess you could say significant evidence of a Dragon Quest character's face paint located in the game found by the Jump Force fans. So it could be a possibility that that face paint, if true, could signify the appearance of Dai. Maybe another rep, but I think Dai will be one. As far as his other reps in other games go, he appears in Jump Ulti, that 50th anniversary game. And he could have appeared in J-Stars, as his files were found in that game. And they were made by the same developer, so them bringing him to this game isn't out of the question too. From that game, maybe because the original attention was to make him playable in that game, so them bringing him to finally make him playable in this game is definitely a possibility. Now, when it comes to his personality and how that could transfer into his moveset, very strong-minded, courageous, but when he's angry, he powers up, unless he forgets his memories. But we'll transfer all that. You got a super aggressive play style with strong options to play offense and defense. So basically, he got all the tools he needs to play however you want him to play. Moving on to some mobility options for Dai, starting with his guard. That picture, most likely he's seeing that as his guard, something very simple, using his own strength. Now, could it be blocking with the Dai's sword? That's what it's called, and the Papanika knife. It could be using that as a block animation of some kind. But the guard, you'll most likely be seeing that. Now he could use a Papanika knife in his grab, like to hit you with it as he grabs you or uppercuts you somewhere. Very something simple. Mobility is gonna be top notch. Remember, he's super aggressive, so he's gonna be on his toes at all times. Now this little charging thing, that could be a charger animation that leads us into his awakening, his crest symbol, the Dragon Knight symbol. That is 100% his awakening ability in Jump Force. That would be, anyway. I can see him transforming in a way that not his head. It starts off with his head, so you'll most likely be seeing the one on his fist when he starts to control it a little bit more. Or either on I like the panel on the left or the panel up top. Alright, going on to his light attack combo, going from left to right. You're gonna see him using punching of some kind. Now he could use the Dai sword in here, but you want something simple for his light attack combo. And these panels perfectly represent something aggressive, like he's trying to beat the shit out of you. Simple. Now going from left to right, the nice punch, then maybe a two-hit target combo, and then maybe going in for a nice gut punch, like, and then doing something fancy like the last panel you see there. Going on for his heavy attack combo, where you most likely be seeing the Dai sword to get some use. You could be seeing the Papanika sword be a starter of some kind, but you don't need to. And of course, going for these sword little animations, going from left to right, I can definitely see this. And of course, the sword range throws more of a creative decision on my part, but it's definitely a reference I can see happening, but not in his supers. Like I said, you gotta imagine all these. Well, I didn't say it, but all these swords here are not Dai's sword, but it's going to be how he's going to swing the Dai sword in his heavy attack combos. Now, those combos will lead perfectly and sync perfectly with his spells. And one of his spells being a mirror, could be a mid-range magic spell projectile that could be used in the air, and basically his go-to spell move to keep your opponent out or try to get in somehow. Of course, you can use the alternate move by pressing it twice, and you could strengthen your sword so it could strengthen your heavy attack combo some more. So that's going to be that type of thing going on with that, but it's not the last time you're going to be seeing that. As for the next spell, it's going to be Raideen. Now Raideen could be a long range quick tracking lightning strike move that could be blocked by your opponent. That's only fair. Can be shot only once every meteor use. So like basically you shoot it once and it's not like multiple times in one succession, and you get free hits. That's not how it's gonna work. I don't think it is. It could, but I don't think it is. This is nice. Raideen attack. I could definitely see him being used as a standalone spell. Now it could be integrated if they want to get fancy in his light and heavy attacks, but right here I think is best for his moveset. And I like to mention that the differences between the Raideen alternate move and the other ultimate move, the Mirror alternate move, is the Mirror could do damage over time as he hits the opponent, and the Raideen could be a combo extender, or it could be the same shit, but more damage and more meter. Of course, moving on to his Dragonic Aura. Now this is interesting. Him being able to use his Dragonite abilities inside his moveset is something that most definitely can happen. Now this could be a short range burst that turns into a super guard. It uses meter until you exit with the aura infused light heavy attack. That's a manga reference that I could definitely see happening, and it would be super nice to see. And it could be a very smart integration. Now once you if you get the opponent gets close to you while you're using the aura thing, they get hit by it, they get pushed back, and in order to exit out before it takes any more meter, you have to do a heavy attack using your die sword that has the aura around it, or a light attack that has the aura around it, or with your fist. And that all wraps together to how the light attack works with only the fist, and how the heavy attacks work with only the die sword. So all this can really wrap together nicely and make sense. You can reference multi things without sacrificing too much in other places. And for his final move, Avon Strash, a running dash hit that activates a cinematic. This is one of his most iconic moves, and him using this as his final move in the game is a given. He will use this either in his regular supers, on a much smaller cinematic version, or maybe a much more hyper cinematic version in his ultimate, which we are discussing right now. Going from left to right, this is how it's going to go down. He says put everything into this very cinematic, very dramatic dash forward and slashes you. Very similar to Ichigo's ultimate in Jump Force, but it could be a projectile as well of some kind, so that isn't out of the question. But I think it being a running dash hit makes it's very easy, it's simple, and it's straightforward. It's one of his most iconic things. So you will be seeing Avon Strash in one of his moves in some capacity. Now let's take a look at all these moves in Jump Force format real quick. Spell Mera, Spell Raideen, Dragonite Aura, and Avon Strash. Very confident you will be seeing these moves. This is the final potential moveset for now. Now I could do DLC. Now I would still like to hear your comments on what potential move you'd like to see next, even though I said this is the final one. Just in case, I might want to do one later, or maybe another bonus round type of deal. I'll talk about it more in the pinned comment. Thank you for watching, and until the next confirmation, before the next confirmation, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for upcoming content. But until the next confirmation, I'll be seeing ya. Peace.
Continue.
Is that the best you can do? I'm sick of looking at such a spineless monster! Leave! It's over! Tell me how defeat tastes!